guys, and welcome to another Factorio Friday Facts discussion, number 272, Mod GUI, and I'm joined by Flexian again.
Hello, everyone.
So, today we're talking about mod stuff for 017, written by Twinson R. Seating. So, a large part of the team is attending GDS, which is what they talked about at the start of last Friday Facts. If you're in Prague and interested in games, you're welcome to come as well. So, new management, install, update mods GUI from Twinson. As we were going through the main menu, improving the looks and sometimes the interaction of most of the GUIs, it was obvious the mod management needed some attention. Most of the interaction was quite unintuitive and limited, making most players prefer using the web version and managing the files manually, which I can definitely attest to this myself.
Yeah, same here. It was always much easier to just manually manage the files rather than use the in-game mod GUI.
Yeah, for sure. So, mods will be managed, installed, and updated from the same GUI, the three operations being shown as three tabs. Wait, I'll look at this picture in a minute. The interaction, arrangement, and intuitiveness of the GUI should be vastly improved. It still won't have all the features of the online mod portal, such as discussions, but provides a very quick, hassle-free way of installing and updating mods without having to deal with files. So, as you can see here, there's manage, and then install and updates. Now, I'm trying to see here. The one thing it doesn't look like it does, maybe it does, I don't know. The one thing it doesn't look like it does is being able to have, like, different sets of mods. Because, like, that's why I think manually managing
that's going to be a feature in this, because different sets of mods means different mod folders. This is still managing the one mod folder.
Right. So, I mean, yeah, this definitely looks better and will be a bit easier, but I think for a lot of people, managing them manually will still be the go-to because, you know, like, I have like 8 different mod folders with different sets of mods. So I usually just
It's a way, the different mod folders is if you have different playthroughs with different sets of mods. I think a good argument for the in-game mod GUI is if you have some mods that you want active sometimes and not active other times, then you can just easily disable them through the in-game part. Or if there's a new mod that you heard about and you want to try it out, so you go to the in-game mod GUI and install the mod from there.
Right. Now, I think, though, even with this new GUI, I think just disabling them or re-enabling them through the GUI is still going to require a game restart.
Yes, that's more of a design decision on the part of the developers. That
right.
At the game start is when you have to have all the mods loaded.
Mm-hmm. So you can see
and
here.
Just kind of a just kind of a side note. This new GUI reminds me of the Visual Studio Package Manager. So I'm wondering if that's where they got this idea from.
Could be. Certainly could be. So yeah, then you can see this next one just shows the install screen. Pretty much, really, I mean, honestly, I'd say these are pretty much the same as what we had. They just look a bit cleaner. I'm trying to look for, like, additional functionality, and I don't really see anything new, per se.
Yeah, not necessarily new, just changed. The install mods doesn't bring up a new window. It's just a different tab of the same window. That's all.
Which is nice. And it does actually show a percentage download now, which is nice. The current one just says, like, downloading, and you just wait until it's done. Like, it just says done.
That's a nice touch. And then there's an explicit tab to update or to see what mods have updates available.
Right, which is also really nice. Now, I'm not sure. Oh, it does show the updates. So it looks like you can specifically select which ones to update to, which is actually really nice functionality because currently you can't. And it's really annoying because, you know, you might want one mod updated, but something else you like purposely have on an older version for a reason and you don't want it updated.
It would not surprise me if they added that too.
Right. Well, I mean, there's like checkboxes here, so I'd assume it looks like you can choose which one you want to update. Yeah, because there's an
Actually,
update
yeah.
selected.
Yeah, update selected. Same thing.
Yeah, so that's really nice for sure that they've added that. So these are just mock-ups. The in-game integration will be starting soon, and it should be done for 0.17. The most notable changes are only mods compatible with your game version are shown. The list of visible mods can be additionally filtered by the category. Mods will have a picture when browsing the mods list. When updating mods, you can clearly see version numbers, browse the changelogs, and choose what updates, if any, you want to skip. As usual, I wrote an internal document to be used as a reference. It's quite boring and contains the same information, just more verbose, so if you really want, you can see it here. So overall, cool stuff for the mod portal in-game mod GUI, for sure. I really like the update functionality now.
Yeah, vastly improved.
Yeah. So moving on to invariants, which I don't really know what this is, but that's why you're here.
I guess the simplest way to put it is an invariant is something that you know never changes. So something that is true no matter what.
Okay, I mean, that makes sense, I guess, because a variant obviously changes.
Yeah, and it's specifically from a programming perspective. I'm not going to get too technical with this, but there's something, the most common one is called a loop invariant. Like if you're looping through something, a loop invariant is something that you know never changes no matter how many times you loop.
Okay, interesting. Okay, that makes sense, yeah. So, in regards to this, they say in a version of Factorio long ago, we had this recurring problem with items and inventories. When an item was added or removed from the inventory, it's meant to generate an event about what changed. These events are used for a multitude of different things and allow for many code simplifications and optimizations, such as turn off the inserter until a new item shows up in the chest it's taken from. It used to work like this, where the code is removed, code to remove or add some item in the inventory, some logic with those items, send the event about what changed in the inventory. But with most things change. So someone would add in new logic or just forget and not send the change event. After all, programmers are human and we make mistakes. The issue kept recurring. It was incredibly hard to test for because you can't write a test for some logic which doesn't exist yet. And you can't test something if it is incorrect until you've written it, and if you forget to send change event and you can forget to write a test that checks you didn't forget it.
That was a mouthful.
That was I I like just got confused after reading this sentence.
Basically, programmers are human. You can forget to do things that you're supposed to do every time.
Right. Okay. So the only solution was for the human problem, basically, was to remove the human part of the problem. If they no longer needed to remember to write the code to send the event, and it just happened automatically anytime we change items around, then the problem would just go away. That invariant, that changing any item sends an event, solved the problem. However, it also taught me something. If some invariant is ever allowed to vary, aside from the obvious an invariant that varies isn't an invariant, it's completely useless. So
yeah, this is good. It the term that I hear used at my job for this kind of thing, where it just happens automatically, is automagically.
Automagically, that's a great term.
Like someone put in the work to make it happen every single time, but we don't care so much about the details of that work, so it happens behind the scenes. It happens automatically.
Right. Perfect. So basically, invariants are amazing tools. We can write tests to enforce an invariant. Programmers don't need to think about handling those things outside the variant because they can always say it should work as described, basically what you just said. So if it's ever broken, it's clearly a bug and has a clear solution, which makes bug fixing way easier, obviously.
I agree.
So that was this one. It's really short. The mod stuff is great. Sounds like we're getting closer and closer to 17. I mean, theoretically less than 2 months at this point, since they did say January. Um, so
Yeah, we're plodding along. We'll see what happens next week.
yeah, for sure. And I think that's gonna do it. Unless you have any other thoughts.
Nope. I'm excited to see 17. So just can I sleep until we get there?
Yeah, I know, right? Can we like cryo sleep until then? Be great. But yeah, that's gonna do it, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Leave your thoughts below, and until next week, we will see you later.